Once a group has practiced the discipline of rounds and thinking pairs, the next step is to bring that same quality of attention into a freer, more natural flow, what we call open discussion. In most organizations, open discussions can easily slide into chaos. People interrupt, ideas overlap, and the loudest voice often wins. But in a thinking environment, open discussion feels very different. Here, the same principles apply: attention, equality, and ease. But now they're held collectively rather than by turn. Everyone remains aware of creating space for each other's thinking, rather than competing to be heard. The result is a conversation that still flows naturally, but with depth, respect, and coherence. It's where structured thinking becomes spontaneous wisdom. In this section, we'll explore how to sustain that quality of presence in open dialogue, so that freedom doesn't become noise, and real thinking can flourish together. In the thinking environment, open discussion is the phase that follows rounds. Once everyone has had their equal turn to think aloud, the group can now move into dialogue, connecting, responding, and developing ideas together. The difference between ordinary discussion and a thinking environment discussion is the continued discipline of attention and respect. People still speak one at a time. Interruptions are still avoided. But now responses are welcome, provided they come from curiosity, not competition. This format allows for true thinking together. Instead of arguing or defending positions, people begin to build on one another's ideas. The focus shifts from who's right to what's possible. The facilitator's role is to hold the same quality of tone, ease, and equality that was established in the rounds, so that freedom and fairness remain balanced as the conversation becomes more fluid. In a well-run open discussion, you can almost feel the atmosphere of mutual respect. The thinking becomes collective, creative, and deeply intelligent. To run an open discussion effectively, start by ensuring that the foundation is in place. This format works best after rounds, once everyone has already been heard. The equality and psychological safety established earlier are what make open dialogue possible. Step 1. Begin only when everyone has contributed individually. Step 2. Remind the group of the ground rules. One person speaks at a time, everyone listens with attention, and we remain curious rather than reactive. Step 3. Facilitate lightly. Unlike in a round, people can now respond freely, but if someone dominates or crosstalk begins, gently intervene. A simple, let's hear one voice at a time usually restores balance. Step 4, use open, generative questions to deepen the conversation. What builds on that? Or, what do we think about this idea now that we've heard more perspectives? These keep the energy exploratory rather than argumentative. Step 5, maintain a tone of ease. If you notice people speeding up, overlapping, or defending, slow the pace. Bring the group back to calm attention. Finally, Step 6, close the discussion with reflection. Perhaps a short round asking, what stood out for you from this conversation? This consolidates learning and ensures everyone leaves feeling heard. Open discussion is the right choice whenever the group needs to think together, to move from individual reflection into shared understanding. It works beautifully after rounds, when everyone's had time to think independently. The equality and safety created by the rounds now allow ideas to combine without fear or dominance. Use open discussion for collaboration and synthesis, when separate ideas need to merge or build on one another. It's also powerful for problem-solving and innovation. Teams can explore creative solutions while still protecting equality and respect. During decision-making, this format helps groups move beyond surface agreement and consider deeper reasoning. After conflict or tension, open discussion provides a safe container for real dialogue because it preserves calm and fairness. And finally, open discussions are excellent for team or leadership reflection. They allow collective learning, where the group makes meaning together rather than simply sharing opinions. The impact of open discussion in a thinking environment is both practical and cultural. First, it leads to deeper collective insight. Because everyone listens first and speaks second, ideas evolve through curiosity instead of competition. Second, you'll see higher quality decisions. Groups think more thoroughly before concluding, and the final decisions are more robust and widely supported. Third, it strengthens relationships. Listening without interruption changes how people see one another. Over time, respect and empathy replace defensiveness and assumption. Fourth, open discussions make meetings more efficient. Because everyone knows they'll be heard, there's less repetition and far less verbal dominance. Fifth, they foster a calmer, more thoughtful culture. The atmosphere shifts from debate and speed to reflection and substance. And finally, open discussions train people to move from reaction to reflection. They speak to explore, not to compete. The result is that both the quality of thinking and the quality of connection rise together. So that is the end of this section. In the next section, we'll see how this same spirit of equality and attention can extend beyond a single conversation into group reflection and decision-making through thinking councils, where deeper insights and collective wisdom begin to emerge.